the bridge that leads to nowhere. Once upon a time, in the quirky little town of Wiggleville, there was a very peculiar bridge. It was known far and wide as the bridge that leads to nowhere. Why was it called that? Because if you walked across it, you'd find yourself, well, nowhere. Not in another town, not in a magical land, not even in someone's backyard. Just nowhere. And nobody knew what nowhere actually meant, because no one who walked across the bridge ever came back to explain. The bridge itself was something to behold. It was painted every color of the rainbow and had shiny glittery lights that blinked like disco balls. It hummed a cheery tune whenever someone got close, which sounded like do dash dee dash dum. Time for some fun. Naturally, this made all the kids in Wiggleville very curious. One sunny day, 3 friends Leela, Sam, and Theo decided they would uncover the mystery of the bridge once and for all. Maybe it leads to a secret candy factory, said Leela, who had a weakness for chocolate-covered marshmallows. Or a place where homework doesn't exist, said Sam, whose backpack was stuffed with so many unfinished assignments, it groaned when he picked it up. Or what if it leads to a dimension where everything is made of cheese, Theo added, licking his lips at the thought. The trio packed their backpacks with snacks, mostly cheese sticks, and marshmallows, a flashlight, a yo-yo for reasons Theo couldn't explain, and Sam's lucky rubber chicken named Clucksworth. Armed and ready, they marched to the bridge. The first steps as they reached the edge, the bridge began to hum. Do dash dee dash dum. Time for some fun. The kids exchanged nervous glances. What if this is a bad idea? Whispered Sam, clutching Clucksworth tightly. Then it's an awesome bad idea, Leela replied, already stepping onto the bridge. As they walked, the bridge wobbled slightly like it was giggling. The glittery lights began to swirl around them in a dazzling display, and the cheery tune got louder. This is the weirdest thing ever, said Theo, munching on a cheese stick to calm his nerves. Suddenly, the bridge started talking. Welcome, brave explorers. You've chosen to cross the bridge that leads to nowhere. Prepare yourselves for surprises, silliness, and maybe a smidge of chaos. What does nowhere actually mean? Asked Leela. Oh, you'll see, the bridge replied, mysteriously, or maybe you won't. That's the fun of it. A whole lot of nowhere after what felt like hours, but was probably only 5 minutes. The trio reached the middle of the bridge. That's when things got really strange. The sky turned polka-dotted, and a flock of flying teacups zipped past them, honking like geese. Okay, this is definitely nowhere, said Theo, dodging a particularly grumpy teacup. Then, out of nowhere, pun intended, a giant hamster wearing a top hat appeared. Welcome to nowhere, the hamster said with a bow. I'm Sir Sniffles, the mayor of nowhere. May I interest you in some invisible ice cream or a ride on the trampoline cloud? Invisible ice cream, Leela asked, intrigued. Yes, it tastes like whatever you imagine. Chocolate, pizza, pickles? It's up to you. Sir Sniffles handed her an empty cone. Leela took a big bite and gasped. It tastes like a chocolate-covered marshmallows. This is amazing. Sam and Theo quickly grabbed cones too. Sam imagined bubblegum-flavored tacos, while Theo went with cheddar-flavored ice cream. This place is awesome, Theo declared, his mouth full of invisible cheddar. The great rubber chicken incidentist as they were beginning to enjoy their time in nowhere. Sir Sniffles frowned. UHO, we have a problem. What kind of problem? Asked Sam, nervously clutching Clucksworth. The kind that involves a giant sock monster, Sir Sniffles squeaked. Sure enough, a massive creature made entirely of mismatched socks came stomping toward them, rolling like a hungry vacuum cleaner. We must stop it, Sir Sniffles cried. If it reaches the trampoline cloud, it'll bounce into the pickle forest and cause chaos. Quick, use Clucksworth, Leela shouted. What? He's a rubber chicken, not a superhero, Sam protested. Trust me, Sam reluctantly threw Clucksworth at the sock monster. To everyone's surprise, the rubber chicken let out an ear-splitting squeak that made the sock monster freeze in its tracks. IT worked, Theo shouted, but the sock monster wasn't done. It turned around and started stomping back toward the bridge. Wait, stop, Sir Sniffles yelled. If it crosses the bridge, it will escape into your world. Oh no, we can't let that happen, Leela said. quick. Theo, use your yo-yo. Theo swung his yo-yo like a cowboy with a lasso. With one amazing toss, he wrapped the yo-yo string around the sock monster's leg, making it trip and tumble into a nearby puddle of invisible ice cream. The sock monster gurgled happily and began rolling around, too distracted to cause trouble. The way back, you could save nowhere, Sir Sniffles said, clapping his tiny hamster paws. As a reward, I'll send you back to Wiggleville with a souvenir. The bridge appeared out of thin air, ready to take them home. But before they left, Sir Sniffles handed them a jar labeled Emergency Giggles. Open this whenever you need a good laugh, he explained. The kids thanked him and walked back across the bridge, which hummed its cheery tune all the way. Do-dash-do-dash-dee-dash-dum-dash-dum. Hope you had fun. When they got back to Wiggleville, nobody believed their story until they opened the jar of Emergency Giggles, and a tiny Sir Sniffles hologram popped out, doing a silly dance. From that day on, the kids became the official heroes of Wiggleville, and the bridge that leads to nowhere became their favorite place for adventures. The end.